man. Thanks for doing this. Appreciate it. Like, I'm buddies with Rich Taylor, and I'm buddies with Bill Orr, and, your name's definitely come up with stories and stuff over the days. And I raced you a little bit in Canada when I was like a local pro, and you were doing the stuff for Morgan up there.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, I'm familiar with your story a little bit. Your racing career and the Aloe Up and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I'd like to talk to you about all that, but I know that you kind of went through some tough times here and there. I don't know how much you want to get into that, or do you want me to ask you about that? Do you feel
We're not going right now. I thought we were on already.
No, I'm not recording. No.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it'd probably make for more, it'd probably make it better. Everybody knows I went through a hard time, but I guess I pulled out of it. Everything's great. My son's doing good, so yeah.
That part is cool to talk about too, right?
Yeah. So no problems there. I just, the last couple of years, everything's just going really good for me. So I'm not going to bring up any. I came back with Davey. Davey helped me out at the nationals. I did the nachos and all that. So I mean, we could just, I don't know. Everything's good.
What'd you do?
Well, we were fucking. Davey let me sell nachos at Bud's Creek. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's cool. Sure.
I'm really stoked though. Yeah, this is been really cool. I'm looking forward to doing it. I thought it was gonna be video, but no video, huh?
No, just audio. Yeah, we don't do too much video stuff. Once in a while, I do a couple of shows that are video, but this one, I've been doing this since 2008, and it's always been done over the phone, and people like it. They're driving, or they're working, going to the gym, or they're doing yard work or whatever. So
yeah, I listened to Billy Franklin like about a year ago, and
cool.
and he brought my name up because him and Craig. But when let's get this going. When do you want to start?
All right, let's do it now.
Let's do it now.
Okay, all right, sounds good. And we'll start a little bit what you're doing now, and the sport, and your career, and testing for Honda, and production stuff, and endurance testing, and whatever else we get into. So
yeah, it was cool how you brought up Bill Orr and Rich Taylor and all that. That was a good time. So whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's all just let's hit it. Let's start.
Sounds good. All right, let's do it. All right, everybody. Now on the Fly Racing RacerX podcast, a rider that I actually raced against, although not really raced against. He was on the track at the same time I was, but also had a great career as a privateer for a long, long time in the sport, ride nationals and supercrosses, and then went on to work for Honda for a long time for production stuff and endurance testing. Super stoked to have Ray Sommo on the phone. What's up, Ray? How are you, man?
I'm doing good. I'm pretty stoked too. Just sitting here working away.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate the time. I know, like, Rich Taylor's a good buddy of mine, Bill Orr. I did a podcast with him, and whenever Ray Sommo comes up, there's laughter always involved after they mention your name. So it sounds like everybody had a good time, like, with you and stuff. So.
Yeah, I was all about a good time. They used to call me Easy Money, because I never really tried to, I never broke into first place. I was just, I could go out there and get 10th place and barely trying. So all my friends would call me Easy Money because it was just, I never really put the whole bunch of effort into it. I wish I did now, but I'm having a great time with it. I love motocross and supercross, and I love everything about the sport.
Yeah, so do you still follow it? Do you still watch it, all that?
Yeah, well, the last couple of years, there's so many people now. It's like the thing, the sport's got to where we wanted it to get to, which is awesome. But there's so much going on. I just concentrate on Deegan. Yeah, and Brian's a good friend of mine, and his kid, Danger, is just the shit, man. That kid is just, he whips it off every jump. That kid has so much fun riding. So much for, like David Bailey, making it smooth, because David and Gary taught me. I've been to a million schools. You gotta breathe in the air. Fuck it, you just whip it now and just on it. That's what I like about Deegan. Yeah. Elbows down like Cooper.
He's gonna be next, Deegs, for sure, dude. He's awesome, as you know. Yeah.
And it's like Jason Lawrence, with their elbows down, just fucking wide open. There's no more just no elbows up. You just gotta be hanging it out. I love it.
Where are you living at these days?
I'm living with my friend Mike. I'm living in Laguna Niguel. Just got out of a long-term relationship, but I'm doing really good. We got this the AI company, and we're doing a lot of stuff on the computer, which isn't really my cup of tea. But I've stepped out of my comfort zone, and it's a lot of fun once you get into it and start to understand it. So, I've been here for a little while now, and things are going really good.
When's the last time you rode a dirt bike?
Just the other day, I went out today in the dirt.
Oh, nice. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I rode my friend, this guy from Maryland, Ben. He let me borrow it. He came out there. I was going to race my son's bike, but he doesn't want me to fall and break his bike, so I had to borrow another bike. So, yeah, he's the kid, but anyway, he's worried. Bikes cost so much money now; it's like ridiculous.
Yeah.
But anyway, so my friend Ben let me borrow his Gas 125, and it was all last minute. And I just got out there. I hadn't ridden in 10 years. I didn't even get any practice, and the only position they had left, the only thing I could enter was the pro class. And I'm like, oh, man, I guess I'm entering the pro class. I'm a pro. And when I pulled up next to Marvin on the line, and Marvin Musquin's right there, we both got number 25 on our bike. He's like, what's with that number? And he's like, who's this guy? I'm like, don't worry, dude. I've been pro way longer than you, dude. And then, anyway.
Don't worry about it.
On the video, though, I would have whole shotted, but I ended up getting like fourth or something. But it was fun.
10 years, dude. Wow.
Yeah, 10 years.
How'd you feel afterwards?
Well, I think it's been 10 years. I mean, I felt, dude, it was the best thing ever. I felt like I never was off the bike. And seriously, I'm not even kidding. I didn't even do anything. I went right to the starting line and just took off. And like, I didn't know where the bumps were. I didn't know where the turns go. I had to but it was like, I was so excited to ride and race again that I was just like, I was pinging. I felt like a little kid. I still do. My heart's racing right now. I mean, that's how much I love it still.
Your last national was at Glen Helen, so why not?
Yeah.
Your last pro race, yeah.
No, my last pro race was at 90, I think 8. I was riding that aluminum freaking bike that McGrath didn't like, and Dave Arnold hired me to help with that thing. But anyway, I was racing Unadilla, and I jumped out of gravity cavity. I was in like 13th, and my carburetor fell off. And I got, this is it, and I just rolled the bike over to the fence and leaned it up, and I walked back to the car, and that was the last time I got on. I really got on a track, but I raced a Supercross.
RacerX phone says Glen Helen, but maybe you didn't score any points at Unadilla, so Glen Helen was the last time you scored points or something.
No, I thought I got 13th in one of the motos at Unadilla, and then I was running 13th. I'm not too sure though.
We can look into this.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, because I know I raced all the way up. I don't know if Glen Helen was the last race before Unadilla, but I know I raced up until Unadilla in '97 because I just got hired in Honda to build the aluminum chassis on the 125. So I was all gung ho and trying my hardest, but those bikes were just really difficult to ride. But I tried my hardest, but then I still had the job with them for years after that with Dave Arnold and Eric Crippa and Bill Orr and all them, and we were. I still got. It was like my demise kind of. It's like I could race. They were giving me everything I could possibly want, but I was like 35 years old now, so it's like freaking, I wish I would have had that job 10 years earlier because they were paying me, giving me my bikes. I was getting everything you could possibly want, but I didn't even have to race. But I wanted to race because I wanted to win, so,
Sure.
But it was like, I didn't have to put any results in though. But anyway, I tried. I fought all the way up until that race at Unadilla, and then I'd had enough at that point. It's pretty frustrating when your bike's breaking or if you can't clear a jump and you just don't feel good,
One thing I didn't realize about you growing up, I'm a little younger than you, I just assumed you were always a SoCal guy and you're from California, but actually you're from Jersey, so how do you end up Jersey to California?
Oh shit, man, that's a big story there. You got time?
But I don't know, I guess you grow up racing, Barry and these guys in Jersey, but at some point you relocate to Cali.
Yeah, my dad had a Honda. Well, my grandfather had a Raleigh bicycle shop, basically in Newark, New Jersey. It's like right there. It was called South Orange. And my dad turned it into a Honda shop. And then when I was born, I was looking at pictures of Marty Smith and, Roger DeCoster on Bob Hanna on the walls of the shop. And so I knew what I was doing from the second I was born. And anyway, I ended up winning the championship in '83 for Davey Coombs or whatever, Loretta Lynn's AMA, and Kawasaki Team Green. They were just like, this is where you need to be. You need to come out to California. You want to be the next Bob Hanna. You got Bob Hanna was the man. Him and Marty Smith. I mean, that's who I wanted to be. Long hair, surfer, for motocrosser, And so then once I won Loretta Lynn's, my dad sold his dealership and we came out to California and. Yeah, it was crazy, but we made it out here, and then everything's cool. I enjoy it, but yeah, I grew up racing Barry Carson and Mike Jones and Davey Coombs used to race back then, and you did, and all those guys.
Mike Bias and all these guys. Yeah, Mike Bias was a big guy back then.
Randy Jones on an 80, he was like the biggest thing ever, man. It's like, that was insane. But yeah.
Did you have Team Green support? Did you have some help?
I did. And in 82, I got a Team Green ride. And then in 83 is when I won the championship in the 14 to 15 stock expert or pro class, whatever you call it. The premier class. But I was battling guys like Keith Turpin, Bobby Moore, Willie Surratt, Mike Healy, freaking all those guys were out there. Titchener. It was a good time. But Randy Jones, like I mentioned, but he was like the biggest thing on it. I mean, if Randy Jones was there, like everybody just went and watched. That kid was amazing, man. He had that white high point gear on, and like he just killed it. Had that bitchin' KX80 that just came out in like 1979, but this was now 82, I guess. So yeah, Kawasaki called me, Dave Jordan and Sandra Jordan. They ran Team Green back in the day, and I remember Dave called. And my mom goes, "Ray," she handed me the phone. She goes, "Dave Jordan's on the phone for you." And of course, I knew who he was, and I like, you know, I'm kind of nervous like I am right now. I picked the phone up, and I'm like, "Hey, what's up, Dave?" And he's all, "Yeah, you want to ride for us?" And I was like, "No, I don't want to ride for you guys," but yeah. So he, anyway, the big semi ended up coming to my house about a month later. A semi truck drops off all Randy Jones's bikes, and they gave me like 280s or 480s and two 120, or it was 480s, a 125, and a 250. And I was just a little kid. I was only 14. Yeah, so I was just starting to get my feet wet. My dad kept the seat down with an electric knife, you know, on my 250, but. Anyway, it was awesome, dude, because like my mom would take my lap time when I was on an 80. I'd win everything in the 80 class back there. And Barry was hard to beat. We went at it a lot, but Barry Carson, but Randy Jones, he was in Maryland, a little bit more south, so I didn't see him much.
Barry older than you?
Barry's about a year older, I think, than me, if I'm correct. So many people now, it's like, I don't know, but like anyway, yeah, Barry Carson and I would battle it hard. That guy just never gives up. He's still doing great, you know. It's like.
Yeah.
I love Barry though. He's a good guy, and he's still plugging away. But my mom would take my lap times, and like I'm on my 80. She goes, "You're going faster than John Savitsky in the 125 pro class, and you know Tony DiStefano in the 250 pro class. So I think it's time to step up." And then, anyway, that's how it all started. We were racing places like Sleepy Hollow and back there, and like the Farm Show Arena. I remember racing Mike Jones and Davey Coombs there in like 1980. It's just great times, man. I get tingles when I think about this stuff. It's awesome.
And so that was it. Your dad said, "We're going to California."
Yeah, my mom was the main driving force. She was the one that had me out there, you know, jogging every day, drinking milk, drinking water, whatever. But yeah, my mom was the main force. She's the one that helped me get that championship and pretty much lead my life into motocross the way it went.
Okay.
But of course, my dad was a motorcycle guy. He was a mechanic guy. He didn't talk much, but he was a cool guy. He just passed away like 2 years ago, though. Yeah.
So you head to California and you turn pro and race 125 Supercross in '85. Would Cowie help?
Yeah, Team Green. That was Kawasaki. That was the first year of the 125 pro class or the 125 Supercross, the lights class, I guess. I don't even know what they call everything anymore, but yeah, that was. I didn't realize what it was, you know. Yeah. But that was kind of a weird deal there. But like, I didn't even know I never won any race. I maybe won a qualifier or two or something, you know, but I was always in the top 5. And I guess I came down to the last race and freaking Dave Jordan, or I think it was the other guy. I forget his name. The tall guy, Keith. No, I forget his name. Oh man, Bruce Sundstrom, I think. Yeah. He comes up to me and he's like, "Dude, you're in first place." He goes, "You just need to get top 8 tonight, and you're going to win the championship." I'm all, the championship? I didn't even know that I was in first place. You know, I was like, holy shit. I got 4th like every round, and then all of a sudden I'm in first place because I'm the most consistent. And then of course I choked, and then they had a big long freaking semi truck as a tabletop back then, and like after everybody lands up there a bunch of times, it just turns down to the slick wood. So I came around and landed on that, and first lap washed out my front wheel. Couldn't start my bike, and they should have never told me I was leading the championship, and I would have fucking won it. Yeah, but it is what it is.
That final round, Pasadena, 85, whoop section, gnarly whoop section.
I don't even remember it. All I remember is looking at that fucking slick landing on that trailer, and freaking front end washed out, and then that was it. My dad walked off the track, and I was just fucked out. But it was all good though. I still got like top 5, I think.